Oh yes, it's time for Friendly Geordies to do what he does best, pointing out that Gladys Berejiklian looks like Squidward. Haven't done that one in a while. Been using the bin chicken reference recently. No, it's time to go back to basics because this video is about getting back to basics. This video is chock-a-block with common sense. So much common sense that you can beat your Liberal voting parents around the head with it to teach them a lesson. After this, they will say,
"Bastards, you did the right thing telling me, boy. Now please accept this pat on the head."
You're hurting me.
That's a shame.
Transport Minister Andrew Constance, who I'm pretty sure played Michael Corleone in The Godfather. Al Pacino was merely his stunt double. Anyway, Constance and the Libs announced a new policy declaring that speed camera warning signs would be removed over the next 12 months in an effort to change the culture and behaviour of motorists in New South Wales. Well, when we were reading that, a mate of mine that was in the room that heard that for the first time said, quote,
What? That?
"Well, he's showing what we're all thinking, isn't he?" That response right there, apart from being an obvious reenactment, is why I want you to tell your parents, because they will have the exact same responses. Before we get down to the info, allow me to step you into my common sense corner and caution libtards, you're gonna have to be pressurised first, as you clearly lack so much common sense. 3-year-olds shouldn't be allowed to change their gender. If you're trying to stop COVID, why would you shut down saunas but keep jacuzzis open? Anyone who looks like Steve Price is automatically correct about everything. And of course, if you wanted to make people slow down, why would you get rid of warnings that they're about to get booked, genius? Parents, what works better? Smacking your kid or saying, do you want to smack? Nah. All you have to do is read the New South Wales Bureau of Crime Statistics and Research's Crime and Justice Bulletin essay, The Deterrent Effect of High Fines on Recidivism, Driving Offences by Steve Moffat and Susan Poyton. Truly riveting read. Christ. I really do the heavy lifting for you people, don't I? Just join Patreon purely because I read the f***ing thing. Anyway, suffice to say, the subject of fines and its relationship to crime as a deterrent is far from cut and dry. But you know what I did gather from that? Tricking people into getting a fine is not going to reduce deaths. How is a letter in the mail 2 weeks after you were speeding supposed to deter you? Tell you what it will do though, raise a hell of a lot of revenue for the government. And even I, a weirdo who wishes that the government taxed 97% of my earnings. Common sense alert, Andrew Constance is a clown. There, I said it. Labor's road spokesman John Graham came out on a limb and spoke against it. I mean, don't think he's the most qualified with John Barilaro's record. He should be the one railing against it. He stated that this was announced during budget week because it's a budget measure. Amen, John. We know that fine revenue will leap by about 1/3 as a result of this single measure. A third. And yet they say the revenue raise will be going to improving road safety. But you know what I say to that? Fiddlesticks. Make your parents focus on this. Every time they see the you just paid for some Liberal staffer to see a prostitute. No, wait, that could be defamatory. MP to see a prostitute. Certainly not Dom Perrottet though, and I do believe that. If that man even found out what a prostitute was, he'd probably start stoning them to death in the street. But if you look around, he makes a lot of announcements about fines. As Treasurer. Yet, no, this is not a revenue collecting exercise. Oh, isn't it? Okay, and who are you? The guy that collects and measures revenue. But I have other interests. Clearly. Interesting, thy name is Dom. Chastising local council fine hikes an awful lot in the past, even going as far as to say, fines should be a deterrent to an offence, but they should also be fair and not used as an easy option to build a bankroll for whatever project is the flavour of the day. Spot on, Big D. Good on you for doing exactly what you're chastising as soon as it suits you. I was wondering where those traditional Liberal values went. This is an old quote, but Labor MP Penny Sharp, who I'm a big fan of, mostly because I assume she's the franchise owner of at least one Henny Penny. But she said the last time they pulled this little trick that it was to cover the waste, largesse and mismanagement of this government. Bingo. This is why even me, a freak that wished the government took 97% of my paycheck, hates it when I have to pay extra money to the Liberals. Because it doesn't go to funding hospitals when they're in, oh no. It goes to covering up their f***ups. startups like WestConnex. They pull the same little ruse every time of cutting a few $100 million from vital services like emergency staff and the disability sector because, you know, they're the party of strong economic managers and they have to make tough choices. Yet those tough choices never seem to extend to greenlighting tens of billions of dollars of corrupt, nepotistic projects that are designed to reduce traffic by increasing traffic. I don't know if this has been said enough yet, but Dom, you shouldn't be in Parliament. In what world should you be anything other than the CEO of specifically Westpac? One alternate universe, I suppose, where I am a house husband and I spend all of my spare time coaching my kids in little athletics. I think you know what to do, gang. Like this video as a promise that you're going to tell all your solid as a rock Liberal voting friends and family about this, because I reckon this is going to be the first crack that makes the dam break. They'll hate this, because if there's one thing I know about Liberal voters, it's that they despise anything that affects them even slightly. So tell them all pretty much exactly what 2GB said about plastic bags. Getting rid of speed sign cameras is not about reducing deaths, it's about revenue raising. Also subscribe, first warning, and second warning, get a Bruz shirt as supply is limited to however many people purchase it. See you next week, folks.
Please share and comment below. Comment.